Hello, today I will be reviewing this two-player battle game question. And first of all, thank you very much for submitting the code for this question. So let's start. So these are the instructions. So there are three types of warriors: powerful, skillful, raked. Powerful player or warrior has high health, average heal, average damage. Skillful has average health, high heal, high damage, and rake player has low health, high heal, low damage. It will be a turn-based battle game. So each player will get a turn, and in that turn, a player can either heal their warrior or attack on the other player's warrior, and it will be like if a player get a turn, he or she can do one of the two things, then the other player will get the turn. In one turn, only one of these two actions can be done, but not both. So, first each player will choose their warrior. So each player can choose only one warrior out of the three warriors, and then in each turn, the player can choose to attack or heal. And if the warrior health becomes zero, the opponent will win. Otherwise, the uh, current player will win the game. So this is the thing. So we will move to the code now. So this is the code submitted. So they are importing some header files, and then we have this player class. So player class has max health, current health, damage, and heal. So I think, yeah, so damage, heal, and type. So here to implement the OOPS concept better and solid principles, I would suggest we have three different classes for each type of player, and a class, abstract class, that can be like a base class, and these players will implement that class so that we can create a pointer to that class, uh, and we can assign memory to the base classes. If we do that, that will work because parent class pointer can have memory of type base child class. So that is fine. If we are doing that, then we have to use if else because we have type here, and we are setting the type of the player. And while setting a type, we are just putting these max health and heal in power and damage power based on the uh, type of the player. And I would suggest you can make these as constants and put them uh, as global variables, so that is better. But it is also fine because if we want to make changes in the constants, we don't need to change the class and then uh, need to check the entire code. We can just make another file for constants. That is also fine. So then you are putting which player has chosen which type of warrior. So int I will be the player. Player is like actual players who are playing the game, and warrior is something who will play on behalf of the player. So this is the thing. Alive is just checking the current health greater than zero. So instead of doing this, you can just return current health greater than zero. And deal damage, you will get a pointer to the enemy player and current player. So all these variables are public, so you can access enemy players variables, or you can make them private as well, and then also you can access the, them if you have these functions as friend functions. So that is fine. Then we will move on to the function definition. So new health is anime player's current health minus damage. New health greater than zero, just making it zero. You can do here max of zero and new health, and then assigning it to new health, and then enemy player num declaring another thing. So if current player is 0, enemy player num is 1, current player is 1, enemy player num will be 0. You can do one more thing here. You can just make this current player here as a variable and use that directly instead of passing every time. And you can also just do current player num plus 1 modulus 2. That will give you the uh, enemy player num. So that is another suggestion from my side. Then you are just printing the damage enemy player is getting, and it is fine. So after that you are just putting healing function. It is again almost the same. So max health, if it is greater than max health, then take the max health, no, minimum of max health and new health, and then you are just printing that player healed by this so much amount, and current health of player is this. So here also you can put current health of the player. So player enemy player, what is damage and what is the health of the enemy player. So player choose function where you are taking player type. So new player, okay. So you're just assigning new player p type -1 flag as 1, while flag you are just asking to choose the player and then choosing the player. If it is between this, then fine, otherwise you are just clearing the buffer. And again in this while loop keep running and p type in one, then setting the type for the current player, setting the warrior. So it is little bit confusing. So players are the players who are playing, and the set player type, set warrior type, that would be great. So uh, and you are assigning a pointer, choose players. So here using new data, you are creating a new class object. That is fine. If it is alive, then player 1, while both are alive, current player, then I will again you are doing the same thing you can do using current player num is equal to I, and enemy player num is current player num plus 1 modulus 2. Then you're just printing the current player's health. That is fine. So then you are reading and checking the operation you the current player wants to do. If it is damage operation, pass the enemy player and do the damage. If it is another operation that is healing, then do the healing on the current player. Calling this function on the current player, or you can say class method on the current player. If I equals to 0, not of players of is alive. So 5 is 0, then if not alive, then break. That is like, so if you are the player 0 and another player is not alive, so you did some damage suppose, then you will break. That is fine. So if you break, then it will check if the uh, current player is alive. Sorry, not zeroth player is alive, then zeroth player has won, second player has won. That is first player. So zero based indexing is there. So I think it is fine. So one thing you forgot to check, if id is equal to 0, you should check for I equals to 1 player 0 is alive, otherwise break. That is something you didn't do. And here you are unnecessarily putting this thing. You can remove them because obviously initially both players are alive, so this loop will run at least once. So this is fine, this is fine operations you are doing. So here you missed one thing. If you didn't do this, then also it is fine because you are checking those conditions in the while. So then you're just printing and return. I think code is fine, it will work, but it would be better if you implement the suggestions I told in this